You know how they do best in show for like dogs where they like trot them out? And like, they do it for like horses too? Oh, shit. Are you all right, Trev?
We're good. From broken furniture to broken plays, this love story has everything. First up, Travis Kelce sends the internet into a meltdown after accidentally smashing one of Taylor Swift's prized items and instantly panicking.
Taylor's gonna kill me.
Then, Taylor casually wins over the Kelce family with her elite-level baking skills.
Taylor makes a banging sourdough loaf. I mean, it's so good.
And just when things feel cozy, football heartbreak enters the chat, putting their relationship to the test as Travis faces a tough loss. Travis Kelce is mid-laugh, absolutely losing it like a kid who just heard the funniest joke of his life, when suddenly, crack. Not metaphorical, not emotional, an actual sound that immediately sucked the joy out of the room. 1 second he's wheezing with laughter, the next he's frozen in pure wide-eyed panic, realizing something in Taylor Swift's house has just met an untimely end. And not just something, a Swift item. You know, the kind of object that probably has a backstory, a memory, maybe even a song lurking inside it. Insiders say the whole moment played out during a taping of his podcast, with Travis seemingly recording from inside Taylor's place, which makes the mishap feel even more intimate and dangerous. The setup was harmless enough. Jason Kelce was riffing, tossing out a random analogy about show dogs doing their little trot, and Travis cracked up hard. Head thrown back, full-body laughter, zero situational awareness. That's when fate, or gravity, clocked in for work. The noise hit. Travis went from comedy club energy to horror movie real fast, falling backward and immediately realizing he'd messed up.
You know how they do best in show for like dogs where they like trot them out? And like, they do it for like horses too? Oh, shit. Are you all right, Trev?
We're good. Jason, ever the older brother, reacted with shock-laced amusement, while Travis reportedly blurted out the one thought every partner has had at least once after breaking something sacred. Taylor Swift is not going to love this.
You good?
Taylor's gonna kill me.
The clip was instantly podcast gold. The timing, the sound effect, the sheer panic. It's the kind of unscripted moment you can't fake, especially when it involves a globally adored pop icon's belongings and an NFL star suddenly realizing he might be sleeping on the couch. Or worse, writing apology notes in all caps. Insiders close to the podcast tease the episode as dangerously funny, which feels accurate because watching a man realize he may have angered Taylor Swift is its own genre of entertainment. And honestly, it's peak Travis. Big energy, zero fear, until the fear arrives all at once. It's also weirdly relatable. No Super Bowl rings, no sold-out stadiums, just a guy laughing too hard and instantly regretting it. The fact that this happens right before the biggest football weekend of the year? Perfect timing. Because nothing says Super Bowl build-up like accidentally breaking something in your superstar fiancé's house and immediately spiraling about the consequences. And while that heart-stopping household mishap had the internet screaming, it turns out Taylor's real superpower inside the Kelce universe isn't furniture survival, it's baking her way straight into family legend. If there were ever a fastest route to winning over the Kelce clan, Taylor found it, dusted it in flour, and served it warm. The woman didn't just show up with vibes and Grammys, she showed up with baked goods, which in that family is basically a love language. The Kelce women take their kitchen traditions seriously, the kind of serious where recipes are passed down like sacred texts, and yet Taylor slid right in like she'd been kneading dough there for years. Apparently the Kelce kitchen is less celebrity chaos and more competitive bake-off energy.
Taylor makes a banging sourdough loaf. I mean, it's so good. And Pop-Tarts.
Donna Kelce's dinner rolls already have a reputation that borders on myth. Grandma Mary's chocolate chip cookies are remembered like folklore, and then Taylor casually enters the chat with a sourdough loaf so good it allegedly stopped conversations mid-bite. Kylie Kelce was genuinely impressed, which is no small feat when you're dealing with a family that knows carbs.
We do have well-known bakers in the family. Donna's dinner rolls, big hit. Grandma Mary had great chocolate chip cookies. That's even more why I don't need to lean into being a baker, because it's covered. So I'm just going to keep enjoying what is.
Taylor wasn't trying to outshine anyone. She just happened to be extremely good at it, which somehow makes it more intimidating. Insiders describe her bread as the kind that makes people ask follow-up questions and then quietly reevaluate their own baking skills. What makes it funnier is that this whole domestic goddess era didn't come from nowhere. After wrapping up her massive world tour, Taylor reportedly leaned hard into what sources call her granny era, which includes hobbies that would absolutely confuse her 2014 self. Baking became the obsession of the moment, and not the casual once-a-year banana bread situation. This was full-send sourdough life. Starters, timers, experimenting like a woman on a mission.
The sourdough's taken over my life in a huge way. I'm really talking about bread 60% of the time now.
She cycles through baking fixations every few months, but this one took over her schedule, her kitchen counters, and possibly her personality. At one point, everything smelled like bread and ambition. And she doesn't play it safe either. Taylor treats dough like a creative medium, testing flavors the way she tests bridge ideas in songs. Blueberry lemon? Done. Cinnamon swirl? Obviously. Funfetti versions made specifically for Travis's nieces because of course she's that ant-coated already. The woman is baking strategically. It's thoughtful, it's chaotic, and it's very on brand for someone who doesn't half do anything.
There's a blueberry lemon, there's cinnamon swirl, cinnamon raisin, and this one I've been workshopping for the girls because they love everything rainbow, funfetti sourdough.
Oh my gosh, it's going to blow their mind.
No, it will.
She approaches recipes the same way she approaches albums. No skips, no shortcuts, and everything has to feel intentional. But sourdough isn't even her final form. Taylor's been quietly dominating the breakfast pastry lane too, particularly with homemade Pop-Tarts that have achieved near mythical status. This wasn't just a family thing either. At one point, she reportedly sent a batch to the Chiefs' offensive lineman, which is an elite morale-boosting move if there ever was one. Those Pop-Tarts didn't last long, disappearing faster than a plate of wings at a watch party. Even people who didn't get one were apparently upset about it, which tells you everything you need to know. Players later couldn't stop talking about them, especially the crust, which is dangerously good, somewhere between flaky pastry and biscuit perfection. Travis apparently fielded way too many questions about how she pulls it off, as if he's guarding state secrets. The hype got so loud that even brands started paying attention, with insiders noting that companies practically begged her to drop the recipe. Taylor, however, stayed silent, choosing mystery over monetization, which somehow made the pastries even more powerful. And just as Taylor's kitchen conquests had everyone convinced this era was all carbs and cozy vibes, reality checks in hard when the relationship suddenly finds itself playing defense. Taylor is watching Travis go through one of those brutal athlete spirals, where one bad moment snowballs into an emotional avalanche. The issue starts on the field, where a costly bauble turns into a nightmare sequence nobody ordered. It's the kind of play that replays in an athlete's head on loop at 3 a.m., and unfortunately it didn't stop there. The Chiefs' season comes to an abrupt end soon after, knocking them out of playoff contention, and insiders say Travis did not take that lightly. According to people close to the situation, losing hits Travis right in the chest. He's wired to win, built to chase trophies, and anything less feels personal. That energy doesn't stay in the locker room either. Taylor ends up riding that emotional roller coaster with him, absorbing the frustration, the disappointment, and the quiet anger that follows a rough loss. It's not dramatic, but it's heavy. It's one of those moments where the vibes shift, the jokes disappear, and suddenly everything feels a little more serious than usual. What makes this tougher is that both of them are used to winning seasons in life. Taylor just wrapped up a historic tour that shattered records and expectations, while Travis came into this stretch fresh off championship glory. They'd been floating on a shared high where everything seemed to click effortlessly. Now, they're stepping into unfamiliar emotional territory, realizing that not every chapter comes with confetti and victory speeches. This isn't a fairy tale montage moment. It's the gritty middle part where things feel uncertain and raw. Sources also point out that Travis is especially sensitive about how a season ends. Going out on a low note reportedly messes with him because he pours everything he has into the game. Every snap, every hit, every play matters to him, and when it doesn't pay off, it sticks. Taylor sees that intensity up close, not as a headline, but as a human reaction. She's not trying to fix it or spin it. She's just there, feeling it with him. And while that emotional whiplash was still lingering in the background, the spotlight quietly shifted to how this rough patch is testing the couple without actually breaking them. Insiders say Travis is taking the football fallout hard, like really hard, the kind of hard that turns a usually upbeat locker room guy into someone staring at the ceiling replaying every missed moment. Winning isn't just a goal for him, it's basically his personality trait, so watching a season collapse early hits deep. Sources add that when the team bowed out of playoff contention, it felt less like a loss and more like a punch to the gut that he didn't see coming. And Taylor? She's right there in it with him. People close to the couple say she isn't just a supportive presence from the sidelines anymore, she's emotionally in the trenches too. When Travis spirals, she feels it, absorbs it, and rides those mood swings alongside him. It's not dramatic or explosive, just heavy in that quiet way where the room feels different and even the air gets tense. Insiders describe it as a learning curve for both of them, especially because neither is used to things not going their way. For a long time, everything in their worlds had been clicking perfectly. Careers thriving, wins stacking up, public support pouring in nonstop. Sources say this is the first time they've had to deal with disappointment at the same time, and it's unfamiliar territory. They're realizing they're not immune to bad timing or tough seasons, and no amount of star power can magically undo that. Still, insiders stress that this hasn't caused cracks, just adjustments. That's all for this video, folks. We'll see you next time.